My name's Jack Mill and we're here with the LS powered little Suzuki Swift Swifty. So I'm Jack Mill, I'm 24 years old, I'm an electrician mechanic through the week. I drive taxis on the weekend. Started with a couple of cars. The old boy's got a HX, my brother's got a Monaro. We've now got a Baronet, just for something different. My sister's got cars. We've always had cars and bikes. I used to have a Burnout Car, wanted something different. So then we kind of built this thing and been playing with it and chilling with it and throwing with it. And the family, we've always grown up with bikes. Like there was bikes in the house. There was bikes everywhere you went. So we kind of went from the bikes and then we kind of transitioned to cars once we got older. And yeah, so it's just basically now cars and bikes are our life. So I've always looked up to the guys like Lynchy and Jake Myers and all the big boys that have been doing this for years and years. And it's just a crazy thing to go on from looking at them and watching them on YouTube to doing it yourself and getting the same sort of reaction that I gave them. You kind of get these days and it's just crazy. Like you never look at it the other way. Like I never thought about it the other way, but getting a photo with them or getting to talk to them these days, I can talk to most of them because we're here, but from the little kid's point that comes up and sees you, just the smiles on their faces and their parents' faces when you're throwing them in the car or you give them a sticker or whatever, it is just crazy and it's just the best thing ever. So the first, we'll call it powerful car I had was the VS. It had a 5 litre in it. Took it to Summernats and I think I did 6 sets down Skid Row. Drove it home with undercoat black like it was rush filled. Got home and that kind of kicked the blood into gear and we then drove it around for a 5 litre for a while. COVID hit, so we pulled the motor out, started building a show car. COVID hit a bit harder, so then we built a burnout car because you can still do burnouts. And it started off just as a basic little VS with very tidy, but LS and a factory diff, factory gearbox, like factory LS gearbox. And it was just what started it all for us. And I got sick of hitting walls because it was so long. So me and my brother and my old boy, we sat down drinking some rums, decided what we're going to do because he's a panel beater and he's a mechanic and we're all a crazy family. So then we found this on Marketplace for $500, probably nearly 2 years ago now. And yet we built it in the back shed in 9 months. I did all the fabrication work with the old boy and the brother made it look pretty with him and his work, and yeah, now we're here. So this is a 2007 Suzuki Swift, started life off as anyhow. It's now basically a Commodore underneath, everything's just a bit smaller and a bit compacter. Got a cast iron 6 litre, a Glide, a 9-inch, airbagged all round, 450 horsepower for now. It looks like a Swift from the outside and I wish I could register it, but I'm not allowed to. It is built dedicated for burnouts and drag. We were planning on drag racing it, but it was too hard to drag race because too many rules. So we went to burnouts and power skids. And so it's a cast iron 6 litre with a good set of pistons, a good rods and a factory crank. It's for now on the 85 with a dual plane throttle body setup. It's got the IC7 dash, it's got the Rebel ECU. It's soon to have Haltech coils for the methanol that we're planning on running it soon. And it's the best thing I've actually done to the car as a Rebel, being able to tune it at different pads for different temps, being able to check stuff, being able to change bits, change sensors. It is just incredible the amount of bits and pieces you can actually change on the fly. Just tune it for idle, tune it for different bits. So yeah, it took 9 months to build it in the back shed, and it was basically get home at 8 o'clock some nights and then work till 3 o'clock in the morning. So from the day we bought it, so I think it was 9 months, so it was about 2 months into the year. We bought it from like 100 k's away, picked it up. 2 days later, we did the very first front wheel drive skid in the shed. We pulled the motor out, and then 2 days after that, the motor was sitting in there going, yeah, it's gonna fit. And then it was just grind cut for the next 9 months. But it's just got a VT K-frame that we cut in half, shortened, with a VS rack that we manualised, got VT front shocks, VT rear shocks. Like it just, yeah, squished everything and pushed. So we actually had to do a set of frame rails from the front seat to the rear. So they're all custom frame rails built by us sort of thing. I built the diff housing from a scratch 9-inch kit. It's about 1 metre wide, the tail shaft's 1 metre long. It's on airbags in the rear. It can lay 20 by 10s. We took it out to a test and tune, I think it was a week before Summernats, like where big DVU was. And it was just incredible feeling like we weren't sure what it was going to do. It's such a short, such a unique car, everything's custom. So to actually get it out there on the pad and only have the small little teething issues, we'll call it, was amazing. So for the judging side of things, if you're just out there to have a party, you don't care. You go out there and you do your 100k skid and it's fun. But when you're actually trying to get in the podium and get points, you've got to go from the start line, a nice little tip in, and then you kind of got to feather yourself nicely from each corner to corner. You've got to use the whole pad. If they want you to use the exit and the entry chute, you've got to use the exit and entry chutes to get your points. So each corner, your smoke matters. So if your smoke goes down or up, you lose points. If one tyre doesn't pop and you drive off the pad, you lose points. If there's fire, you lose points. If it stalls, you lose points. So it's all about the consistency. You've got to go from one corner to the next corner to the next corner, all pretty like a little ballerina dance to get the points. And that's the hardest bit to do, because you've got to remember which way you've tipped in, and you've got to remember how far down the pad you are. Then you've got to go shift back up the pad to that corner, and you got to shift back down to that corner, and then you got to shift back to that corner, all while trying to not lose how many turns and where you are on the pad. Because as soon as you do that, as soon as you click reverse, you lose points. So you've got to get within centimetres or metres of the walls, we'll call it, while still going forwards to the next one. And it's just a whole craziness, and that's all in a minute. And it all matters. So if you don't have much smoke as your last one, you get deducted points. So it's definitely a calculated science. You kind of go out there and have fun, but you kind of got to think about it. That's your perfect example. Jake Myers and Lynchy. You've got a Lynchy skid, which is really fun to watch, and you've got Jake Myers, which is really fun to watch, but you can tell he knows where he's going. It's not just a bounce, 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 here, there, there, there. It's a do, and he knows. You never plan this skid in your head, but Jake Myers has it look like he's just does it well. I mean, like, it is an impressive skid to watch. I think I'm at my dream build. I mean, it's a pretty special car to us. We do a fair bit with it, with the family and everything, so I think we're at it. I think it's just mainly the support behind it. Everywhere you go, there's somebody that wants to talk to you about it, come up to you about the mental health side, because I'm very heavy on the mental health side, so come talk to you about that, or put the kids in the car and take a photo. They might not recognise it now, but in 3 or 4 years, it's a pretty cool photo, because that's how we all grew up, was wanting to be in a random burnout car. So I think that's the main bit, is just the support behind it. We've got a fair few people on board now helping us get to these events, making it possible. There is, as we all get, there is the 2% hate, but the 2% hate is actually love, and then the rest of it's just been love, like people just loving it, people that had sports love it, people just, it's just crazy the community that just gets around it. We're mainly out there to have a good time and show the crowd and get some kids involved and get the adults involved, but we are out there trying to find points. But if we don't win at the end of the day or come into a place, we're not fussed. We still had a good time, we still party. So we've always followed Blokes page, always been a member of it. Never really did much because wasn't in the scene very much. But I think it was 2 years at Summit we met them. And like they touched it. We connected there sort of thing. And ever since then they've been on the window, because it is a big part of my life. Wasn't a hard life, wasn't a good life sort of thing. The family was amazing, but the bully side was just crazy. So kind of had a bit of trouble through life, had the normal struggles, the normal head thoughts. Went in and out of counsellors, gave up on counsellors. Blokes advice over the last 2 years just been awesome. The people that are opening up, that would never open up, it's an incredible thing. And it is a thing, it ain't weak to speak, but it's damn hard. But if you can find somebody that you can talk to, it's worth it. We've had a fair few people come up to us at events or messages, especially since the podcast. We've had a fair few people open up to us, which is awesome. Had a bloke come up to us at Summernats and he lost his best mate the night before. Gave me a hug and he was in tears. Just one of the craziest things, going from being the person that was having the struggles to the person that people can now come up. I still struggle, but to have people coming up to you, they still and want to chat and go, hey, look, I'm not going very well, what can we do? And how can we talk about it? And how can we open up? How can we get past that roadblock so we can keep on going with life? It is awesome. It's definitely worthwhile life might be shit now, but in 3 weeks it's a lot better because you're still here and you're still talking. For some people, they'll quite happily talk. For some people, they might just sit there and go, I'm alright, but you can tell they're not. The best thing you can either do is, if you can't talk to your family members because you don't want to worry them, is talk to somebody. Doesn't matter if you don't know them or you do know them, send your best mate a message, go, hey look, I want to have a chat, or go, I want to go for dinner and go for a rum or a Coke or whatever, and just find the way to open it up, because hiding is the worst thing you can do. So if you can find a way to crack that mental barrier, it will lift the weight off your shoulders. This is just my escape, the big noisy V8, the up and downs, everything works, everything moves, everything's crazy. It's just basically my head in a car. Like if you ask me what I was, it's basically this car, or even the last one. The car's kind of my minute away from everyone. My minute from craziness is where it basically started, but these days it's even just more the people coming up and supporting and talking and being around. Like the same people will come to every event possible, and it's just cool to see the little followers and the little Swifty shirts pop up around places, and it's definitely helped a lot. Like even including the old boy, like my dad and my brother and the whole family, it's helped us all. It's just given us a little escape from life, it does, but I get mum in the car and she look over and she's just smiling ear to ear like it's the best thing ever. You'll watch the ones, even the young ones starting, and they were the quiet kid that didn't want to talk or anything, and then you watch them go in the pad, and them on the pad to them in real life is two different people. Like it's just like they just forget the same thing. You just forget when you're on the pad, and then the next minute you'll see them, they'll actually open up, and everybody's like, it's an awesome thing to do. If you can do burnouts properly on the pad, not on the street, it is such a cool feeling for that minute 50 you're on the pad. And it's just like somebody turns the volume down and you're just sitting there and you're looking at everything and just going around in circles. You don't even notice the crowd. It's just a minute worth of silence and you're just like, and then you go home because you broke it and you do it again. You can start in anything from a $400 VT or Falcon or whatever, take the rear brakes off it, don't do it on the street, go to a pad. There's plenty of local pad days, especially in Sydney, not from where I'm at, but there is pad days, and it could be a $500 build and it's still fun. You don't have to go to the $1 million builds or the 100 grand builds or the 50 grand builds first. You can start wherever you want.